In at number 10, Jennifer Grey. The legendary Dirty Dancer star was known for her unique nose that really made her stand out from the crowd. However, in 1989, after she became a huge star, she decided to get a nose job and made her nose look like every other big star back then. And sadly, her career shrank alongside her nose. Her nose job was actually pretty minor, but because her nose was so distinct, it made her completely unrecognizable. She said about the regrettable procedure, quote, "I went into the operating room a celebrity and came out anonymous." And because nobody really recognized her anymore, she didn't have the star power that movies were looking for, and she stopped landing roles as a result. And at number 9, Dana Delaney. Dana Delaney took her career to new heights after she starred in the hit sitcom Desperate Housewives for a number of seasons. I think I've said on the channel before that is literally one of my all-time favorite shows. However, after the show ended, she decided to try some Botox, which sadly stopped her career in its tracks. Apparently, her dermatologist was telling her to try it because he had such great results with his other clients. But quote, "He injected my forehead, hit a nerve, and created a huge hematoma," adding quote, "The nerve has been dead ever since. It affected the muscle in my right eye, so my right eye has started to droop a little bit." Thankfully, she did start working again eventually, however it did take a while for her to regain her confidence to be on screen. And at number 8, Tara Reid. Tara Reid underwent multiple plastic surgeries after she starred in a few hit movies, including American Pie and the Pussycat Dolls. In 2004, after many of the surgeries were botched, she was forced to undergo corrective surgeries in 2007. She told Us Weekly, quote, "I had a hernia, this huge bump right next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini. I lost a lot of work." After these botched surgeries, she was unable to land the same high caliber projects that she had before, and she was only considered for spoof movies like Sharknado. She told People in 2008, quote, "In my American Pie days, everyone was kissing my butt. I didn't realize how good I had it," adding that she's terrified of getting surgery ever again. And at number 7, Reid Ewing. While Modern Family actor Reid Ewing was suffering from body dysmorphia, he underwent several cosmetic procedures, all of which he regretted. He told the Huffington Post that after all the swelling from the surgeries went down, the results were not at all what he expected, adding quote, "I vowed I would never get cosmetic surgery again, even though I was still deeply insecure about my looks. It took me about 6 months before I was comfortable with people even looking at me. I wish I could go back and undo all those surgeries." And while he was recovering from the swelling and trying to come to terms with his new look, he stopped working. And at number 6, Lisa Rinna. I know Lisa Rinna best as a cast member on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. However, many fans of the show might not know that she had a budding acting career early on that was cut short because of bad plastic surgery. We all know that Lisa is famous for her big lips, but she became unrecognizable in the mid-80s after one of her lip injections went wrong. She said while on the Today Show that she decided to get silicone injected into her lips when she was only 24 years old, adding that it was a stupid thing to do. However, she said that more recently her lips were getting yucky, so she asked a doctor to remove as much of the silicone as they could. A lot of people speculate that her large lips cost her a lot of work in Hollywood, and that's why she was only ever cast in small roles. She also told MomLogic.com, quote, "When you change your face, you don't look like yourself. Looking fresher is one thing, I looked like a freak. I always said I wouldn't change my face, but I did."
At number 5, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner is one of those celebrities who's considered a trendsetter. Whenever she steps out with a new piece of clothing or a new hairstyle, people just want to be like her and copy her. Because she's a trendsetter, there's pressure to look perfect all the time, and this is where cosmetic surgery came to play in her life. The one procedure that she's known for having is lip fillers. She became the it girl when it came to the big lip trend, and it even got so intense that people were trying to imitate her large lips by creating the dangerous Kylie Jenner lip challenge. On top of her lip filler, there has been speculation and theories thrown around about what other procedures she's had done. Though she's only admitted to getting fillers, it is also believed that she's gotten work done to her body to achieve the curves that she has, like her Kardashian sisters. Now, because she's never admitted to getting anything done other than her lips, it's hard to say for sure exactly how much her appearance costs, but some people out there have crunched the numbers and estimate that Kylie has spent over $2 million on her plastic surgery transformations. Now that is a lot of lip kits. At number 4, Cher. Cher is really out here like she's never heard of the concept of time. This woman does not age at all, and it's honestly a little scary. Okay, I'm getting a little carried away, but you have to admit, she looks immaculate for a woman in her mid-70s, right? Well, other than her being the queen of everything, she's also invested a lot of money into herself and her looks in order to look as great as she does. Over the years, Cher has received a neck lift, multiple facelifts, cheek implants, breast augmentation, liposuction, Botox, other injectables, and lasers, but even after all that, people still can't get over how good she looks. She's been able to get all of this work done to look younger, and yet she still doesn't look too plasticky. Well, I would expect nothing but perfection if I was Cher and spent over $1 million on plastic surgery. Yeah, it is a lot of money, but clearly it was money well spent. At number 3, Michael Jackson. The late Michael Jackson lived a hugely successful life, and he was known for a lot, from his music to his stage presence to his looks. Over the course of his career, Michael's appearance changed drastically when he got into plastic surgery. After going under the knife a few times, he was left looking nothing like his past self, and this took a lot of money to achieve. So much so that he ended up in debt because of it. It has been reported that Michael has spent over $1.5 million on plastic surgery. Some of the procedures Michael was known to have received include a nose job, skin lightening to match his vitiligo, as well as reshaping his jaw and altering his lips and eyes. In the end, his physical appearance changed drastically, but his talent remained the same, which is really the important thing here. At number 2, Heidi Montag. Heidi Montag became a star when she was cast on the MTV show The Hills, and since she became a public figure, there was soon a lot of pressure to look a certain way in the industry. Looks are always considered as one of the things that keeps your career afloat, and so there's a lot of pressure to look perfect. Because of the insecurity she was experiencing, both from being a public figure and from her doctor, Heidi ended up going under the knife for 10 plastic surgery sessions in just one day. She got so much work done that the trauma was too much for her body to handle, and she actually flatlined for 1 minute while on the operating table. After all that, when she re-emerged with her new look, people criticized her heavily for it, and Heidi even saw parts of herself as botched. Now, I think the worst part about this whole mess is the fact that she spent so much money on this whole transformation. It is believed that Heidi spent around $10 million on her plastic surgery, and it was all for her just to say that she didn't like it and for the public to make nasty comments. If I spent that much money and I didn't come out with amazing results, I would have been so mad. And finally, at number 1, Kris Jenner. Everyone knows Kris Jenner as Hollywood's hardest working momager. She's been able to raise and manage her kids, helping them grow into the big stars that they are today. The Kardashians are all considered trendsetters when it comes to their looks, so obviously Kris had to join in on the fun, right? Like many of her kids, Kris has undergone a handful of cosmetic surgeries over the years, and she's also shelled out quite a bit of money for it as well. It's been reported that Kris has received a breast augmentation, chin lift, neck lift, facelift, lasers, Botox, and other injectables to create the ageless person that we see today. And all of this comes with a hefty price tag of $70,000. That's a lot of money to turn back time, but Kris looks pretty good and she clearly has the money to do it, so who am I to judge?
And at number 10, Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke was a very successful actor, but after multiple botched surgeries, his career took a hit. In the early 90s, Rourke decided to take a break from his acting career and pursue a boxing career. He was a good fighter and actually won all his matches, but his face paid the real price. After facial damage from the boxing, he underwent multiple surgeries to look how he had before. However, the botched surgeries temporarily hurt his acting prospects. He told the Daily Mail about the surgeries, quote, "Most of it was to mend the mess of my face because of the boxing, but I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together," saying that he broke his nose twice and had 5 surgeries to repair it, along with a smashed cheekbone. After correcting a lot of the surgery, Rourke's career is beginning to pick up once again. And at number 9, Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan was America's sweetheart for many years, starring in classics like Sleepless in Seattle and When Harry Met Sally. But after many years in the spotlight, her look started to change around 2003. She got a lot of hate for her changing appearance, along with media scrutiny surrounding her divorce from Dennis Quaid. All this together severely damaged her career and her girl next door image. One plastic surgeon suggested that she had fat transferred or filler put into her cheeks because her cheeks move when she smiles. He went on to add, quote, "The tip of her nose looks more pinched, so it's very possible that she had some sort of rhinoplasty. There's definitely volume in her lips as well. She's had too much Botox in the forehead. The surgery that most dramatically changes the shape of the face is a facelift." So clearly they believe that Meg had a lot of work done. All the media scrutiny around her looks ultimately made her leave the business. And at number 8, Lara Flynn Boyle. Boyle was stunning in the 90s when she acted on shows like Twin Peaks and The Practice, but in the early 2000s her face started to change for the worst, specifically her lips. After her lips started to look very unnatural, her work started to dry up. Since 2006 her work has dwindled and she mainly guest stars in TV roles. There is some debate as to whether her botched surgeries have been the reason for her career's decline or if it's due to the lack of age diversity in Hollywood. She told one news outlet, quote, "I know I may be running out of time, there are just not that many roles for older women. On a vanity level, I am not looking forward to aging at all. I think I look pretty good now." And at number 7, Melanie Griffith. Melanie Griffith had a phenomenal career, even landing her an Oscar in 1988 for Working Girl. But that changed quickly when she started getting facial modifications around 1995. Sources with the Daily Mail say she got some sort of filler in her lips, as well as a facelift. After the work, she didn't land many roles. When asked if she thought the procedures harmed her career, she told Porter magazine, quote, "No, I didn't realize until people started saying, 'Oh my god, what has she done?' Adding, quote, "I was so hurt. I went to a different doctor and he started dissolving everything that this other woman doctor had put in. Hopefully I look a lot more normal now." Then speaking in 2012, she said the media scrutiny was so bad that she didn't even want to face the public anymore. And at number 6, Joan Van Ark. Soap actress Joan Van Ark stopped her career in its tracks when she started to get work done in the late 2000s. And it seemed like directly after people started noticing her facial modifications, she was cut from The Young and the Restless in 2005. Since then she's only acted in small roles like voiceover work and TV movies. Dr. Anthony Yoon gave his opinion on what she's had done. Quote, "I suspect she's had at least one facelift, if not two, causing her neckline and jawline to look tight. Her forehead is smooth and wrinkle-free, a possible consequence of a brow lift and Botox." He also believes that she's had chemical peels and skin lasering, which did not turn out as anticipated. He thinks that she can restore her natural beauty if she stops the invasive procedures.
Halfway through our countdown, at number 5 we have Kim Bierman. As one of the original housewives on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, she became popular very quickly with her outrageous personality. Her career skyrocketed at that point, and over the years she has caused some controversy for her apparent love for plastic surgery. In 2016 she did an intimate interview with E! Online where she revealed that she's had several plastic surgeries over the years and is not afraid to get more. She said, "I will always nip and tuck if I feel the need to do so, but I am open about it. I don't care. You only go around one time, and I especially understand that, and life is very short, so there's no reason for me to lie." But even though she looks great for being a mom of 6 kids, people criticized her for encouraging her 18-year-old daughter to get lip injections. Not only did she support it, but she actually took her daughter to the best clinic in town to do so, and they documented it, and fans just had a lot to say about that. Cruising to number 4, we have Teresa Guides. Now I probably said that wrong, so all you Real Housewives fans, don't come at me. She is another Real Housewives star who has changed her looks drastically, but she's a member of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. There's a lot of them. When looking at photos of her then versus now, there's no denying that she looks like a different person. Oftentimes, fans have questioned her online about going under the knife, asking what work she has had done to achieve her new look. She's never openly talked about the details, but a plastic surgeon named Dr. Frank Agulo revealed his opinion and said, "Teresa has probably undergone a full facelift with a possible neck lift and fat injections in the face." Other doctors have also come forward as well, saying that a possible nose job could have been done based on their professional opinion. Despite what she has had done though, she has been able to keep her youthful looks, and people just know that she has had some cosmetic help. You might as well admit it. Taking over the 3rd spot is Blac Chyna. We can imagine how hard it would be to hide your plastic surgery when you are in the Hollywood limelight, but it would be even harder when you are in connection to the Kardashian family. She was in a relationship with Rob Kardashian, even having a child with him, a daughter named Dream. In recent times, she's been candid about her transformations and admitted to getting procedures on both her body and her face. She spoke on the Wendy Williams show and admitted that she got lipo done, had a butt augmentation, and also had 4 breast augmentations done throughout the years, both to make them bigger and to make them smaller. But ever since having her daughter, she said it is just becoming too much. As for her face, she has admitted to cosmetic procedures and removing her face piercings, which ended up leaving her with dimples on her cheeks, so if you ever wondered where those are from, it is because she had piercings. The holes from her piercings have now closed up, but she's left with those dimples, which I didn't know. I thought she just had dimples. In spot number 2, we have Elon Musk. For years now, people have been debating whether or not he has had cosmetic procedures done, and if so, what exactly he has had done. While there has been no confirmation from him, him, people are convinced that he has had a facelift and also a hair transplant. Photos will show that his hairline was once very receding and now he has a full head of hair, but it also shows his face taking on a very different shape and very smooth skin, almost like wax. People didn't really notice his drastic change in appearance until recently, when an old photo of him started getting passed around online. There were a lot of inconsistencies in his appearance, and people have debated whether it's just Botox, if it's a facelift surgery, or if it's other kinds of enhancements. Like I said though, there are no confirmations on what the answer is, so I will let you guys be the judge. Let me know in the comments. Coming in hot at number 1 is Mama June. Her real name is June Shannon, but she earned the name Mama June on the hit series Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. She first surprised fans with a completely different look after losing a significant amount of weight. Reports say when she was doing the show, she was around 460 pounds. She ended up having gastric surgery in May 2016 and then later had a tummy tuck. She then went on to have her own reality show called Mama June From Not Too Hot, where she filmed her journey of losing over 300 pounds by working out with a trainer a few times a week and changing her diet. But her body is not the only thing that has changed. She has also had plastic surgery done to her face, which has also dramatically changed her appearance. We're not sure what exact procedures she has had done. Reports say she got her teeth fixed and underwent cosmetic procedures, which could mean a variety of things. So, haven't been able to nail down just exactly what.
And at number 10, Courtney Cox. The legendary Friends actor finally gave in to pressures to get filler and Botox, and she hated the result that it had on her face. She said that she would get some sort of filler here and there, but she didn't realize that they were all basically layering on top of each other, which led to a look that she hated. When speaking about the procedures, she told New Beauty, quote, "I've had all my fillers dissolved. I'm as natural as I can be. I feel better because I look like myself. I think that I now look more like the person that I was. I hope I do." She also made the change back to natural for her work, explaining her face didn't have the natural movement with the fillers, adding, quote, "You need movement in your face, especially if you have thin skin like I do. Those aren't wrinkles, they're smile lines. I've had to learn to embrace movement and realize that fillers are not my friend." And at number 9, Heidi Montag. The Hills star is famous for going overboard with plastic surgery. She infamously turned her girl next door look into that of a Barbie doll. She even underwent a whopping 10 procedures in one day in 2010, putting her health at risk. Montag revealed years later that she regretted making so many changes to her body, saying, quote, "I was definitely way in over my head. I kind of wanted a few enhancements and then it kind of got out of hand. I wasn't really told the repercussions and what would happen, emotionally and physically, and the pain I would be in. I was kind of in shock." Following all her plastic surgery procedures, that was all anybody knew her for, and she was no longer cast in any projects that were not related to her cosmetic enhancements. And at number 8, Scott Carrot Top Thompson. Carrot Top is no stranger to worst celebrity plastic surgery lists, and his appearance has changed considerably over the years. One doctor told MakeMeHeal.com that it appears as though Thompson has undergone a brow lift along with Botox injections, lip plumping, and laser peels, which is proved by his disappearing freckles. It's also been speculated that he's taken steroids and they are responsible for his buff appearance, but he denies getting anything done. When speaking about it in 2015, he told Florida Today, quote, "I never had any plastic surgery. I can see why people think that because I got really big for a while, but I never got any work done. I mean, if I was going to have plastic surgery, I would look better than this." Carrot Top has had incredible success in his career, specifically in Vegas, but some say his career could be still thriving if not for his changing appearance. And at number 7, Yolanda Hadid. While Yolanda was battling her Lyme disease, she decided to reverse every cosmetic procedure that she could to be completely natural. This all took place when she was filming The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, so it was captured on the show. First, she decided to get her breast implants removed and then remove all of her fillers. She shared the news with her Instagram followers, writing in the caption of her post that she was, quote, 55 and smiling from the inside out, finally back to the original 1964, living in a body free of breast implants, fillers, Botox extensions, and all the BS I thought I needed in order to keep up with what society conditioned me to believe a sexy woman should look like until the toxicity of it almost killed me. Because of her desire to live life naturally in every way possible, she's also stepped back from working. And at number 6, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner is known for her signature pout that she achieved with the help of fillers. And with those lips, she became a billionaire, selling lip kits so people could try and achieve the lips that Kylie had. But Kylie actually regretted how large she made her lips at one point. point. While the sisters were being interviewed by Allure, Kylie revealed their lips got way too big. Apparently her sisters even had to set her straight and tell her to relax on the filler. And even though it can be argued that Kylie's cosmetic procedures brought her career to new heights, it's all anyone can talk about when discussing the star now, and plastic surgery and fillers will likely be linked to her forever.
At number 5, Yolanda Hadid. A lot of people have come out in the past saying that some plastic surgery procedures that they've received have caused some pretty serious side effects, and it seems like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Yolanda Hadid has been dealing with similar issues. In the past, Yolanda has been pretty open about her Lyme disease diagnosis, and she's also talked about how the implants, fillers, and Botox that she's had been causing her symptoms to worsen and how her illness would cause complications with these procedures. In 2015, Yolanda made the decision to have her implants removed after it was discovered that one of them had popped and was actually leaking silicone into her chest cavity. Later on, the reality star also made the decision to have her fillers dissolved as well. When explaining her decision to reverse the cosmetic procedures she had received over the years, she took to her Instagram where she went on to caption a selfie saying, quote, "Living in a body free of breast implants, fillers, Botox, extensions, and all the stuff I thought I needed in order to keep up with what society believed to be was what a sexy woman should look like until the toxicity of it all almost killed me." End quote. At number 4, Ashley Tisdale. Here's another celebrity who's experienced side effects from their plastic surgery. Former Disney Channel star Ashley Tisdale is another celebrity who's gotten work done and has experienced health complications as a result. When Ashley first got implants, she recalled receiving the result that she was looking for. Ashley told her fans about how before she got them done, she felt really insecure about her body, saying that she felt as though getting this procedure would help her feel better about herself. Although this augmentation did help boost her confidence for a while, Ashley said that not too long afterwards, there came a time when the implants started to negatively affect her life and her health, as she said, quote, "Little by little, I began to struggle with minor health issues that were just not adding up. Food sensitivities as well as gut issues that I thought could be caused by my implants." End quote. The actress continued talking about how she made the decision to remove her implants to save herself from her health complications. At number 3, Lisa Rinna. When you go in to get plastic surgery, you expect to come out looking like $1,000,000, but sometimes you don't. Reality star Lisa Rinna once said that after trying Botox, she got botched because she just went overboard with the procedure and took her looks a little bit too far. She's spoken out about her bad decisions when it comes to plastic surgery, and needless to say, she's not happy with it. Lisa said that she got Botox in her cheeks because all of her friends were getting it done and she wanted to try it out herself, but after the procedure was done, Lisa said, quote, "I saw a photo and I was like, oh Jesus, that's not good, that's not good." End quote. Lisa has since learned from her mistakes, saying, quote, "I learned less is more. Keep your skin good, but I still like Botox. It's great. It doesn't change the shape of my face. When you change your face, you don't look like yourself. Looking fresher is one thing, I look like a freak." End quote. At number 2, Heidi Montag. Heidi Montag is known for the roles she's played in Hollywood productions, but she's also pretty well known for her dramatic plastic surgery. In 2010, Heidi took her looks and her body to the limit and underwent 10 procedures in the same day. The procedures that she received were neck liposuction, a brow lift, a nose job revision, a chin reduction, getting her ears pinned back, a second breast augmentation, fat injections in her cheek, liposuction in her waist, hip and inner thighs, Botox in her forehead, and butt implants. So needless to say, there was a lot going on that day. In the aftermath of her dramatic transformation, Heidi opened up about her procedures, what she regretted from that day, and how things went wrong. She said that one of the things that went wrong was her breast augmentation, as she went too far with it and made her chest too heavy for the rest of her body. As if that wasn't enough of a nightmare, this long day of surgery took such a huge toll on her body that she actually flatlined for a minute during surgery. Heidi also said that these procedures left her with some pretty gnarly scarring as well. And finally, at number 1, Priscilla Presley. This is by far the worst plastic surgery story out there. Priscilla Presley, the wife of the late Elvis Presley, suffered through a plastic surgery nightmare when she went in to receive injectables from a very unreliable source. Priscilla had begun dabbling in plastic surgery, undergoing a few procedures such as injections and facelifts, but when she fell victim to an unlicensed cosmetic surgeon, that's when things got really, really bad. This unlicensed professional gave Priscilla injections in her cheeks and used products and techniques that were unapproved. To make matters worse, it turns out that the silicone that this so-called doctor used on Priscilla was not medical grade and was instead a substance similar to that which mechanics use for car parts. Thankfully, Priscilla got justice against this doctor, and the individual who performed these procedures got jail time, but sadly, Priscilla as well as a handful of other people were left as botched victims of this mad doctor. Donatella Versace was born in Reggio Calabria, Italy on May 2nd, 1955. She is the younger sister of the late famed designer Gianni Versace and described herself as, quote, the baby of the family, saying that she was always the most spoiled of her siblings. Donatella has always been known for her appearance. She created her signature look of dyed platinum hair and black eyeliner as a teenager and has kept up this look ever since. Donatella has also been deeply submerged in fashion for her whole life. Growing up, her mother was a dressmaker and had her own business, so fashion, style, and design has always been part of her life, even before her brother Gianni started the Versace company. Donatella grew up being something of a model for her family's designs and styles. As a child, Donatella wore her mother's custom clothes, as she said that she was always, quote, the best dressed little girl in the city, end quote. This carried into her teenage and young adult years, as Donatella has said that her brother Gianni used to make outfits for her and take her out with him for a night on the town, almost as to flaunt his mastery of fashion, but she didn't mind because she always looked good. Donatella and Gianni were very close, and she was always there to support her brother every step of the way, especially after he started his fashion company. Though Versace was a big family affair, with their brother also helping out in the company, Donatella and Gianni were really the ones who drove the fashion and design aspects of the company. Gianni relied on his sister for advice on his designs, and Donatella played a significant part in growing the public part of the fashion brand, organizing their fashion shows and advertising the company. Donatella also played a part in, quote, bringing some rock and roll spirit and celebrity cash to the line through her connections with Madonna and Elizabeth Hurley. Donatella later became the chief designer at the company's Versus line and became more involved in the business in the mid-90s during her brother's battle with cancer. They became concerned with the business and its succession, so the family came up with a succession plan in the case of Gianni's death because this company meant so much to all of them. Gianni's health scare prompted the family to become more hands-on, especially Donatella, who gave so much to the brand to keep it alive. Miraculously, Gianni ended up beating cancer, but sadly, the family was still struck with tragedy when Gianni was killed in 1997 when he was shot outside of his home in Miami, Florida. Just a few days after his death, the company announced that Donatella would be acting as Versace's artistic director, but by that time, this role wasn't anything new for Donatella, as she was already taking a leading role in the company for the past 2 years before her brother's passing. Donatella's career had shifted and was beginning to grow even more, and as the new face of Versace, there was a new weight on her shoulders to keep the family's business and her brother's legacy alive and well. Image became even more important than ever before. As a hard-working businesswoman, she wanted to appear as best she could in the eyes of the company, but as a public figure and the head of a high-fashion brand, her looks had to be maintained, and so she entered into the world of plastic surgery. At the time of her brother's death in 1997, Donatella's appearance looked pretty untouched by plastic surgery, and being 42 at the time, she still looked very youthful, but it seems as though over the years, the more plastic surgery she's received, the older it made her look. By 2002, Donatella's facial features had changed dramatically, looking more like she looks these days. Her appearance seemed like it started to change shortly after her divorce from her husband, so maybe that also had something to do with it, or it could also have been a result of the industry that she works in, being that plastic surgery and harsh beauty standards are very apparent in fashion. This change in appearance could also have something to do with her substance abuse as well. In 2005, Donatella opened up about her substance abuse, sharing that she had been addicted to no-no-snow for the past 18 years, and that she sought out help at a rehab center in Arizona. As we all know, regular use of these kinds of substances can alter your appearance, and so perhaps Donatella began her plastic surgery in an effort to correct any damage that had been done due to her substance abuse. It was also at this time that she admitted to getting Botox, saying that she didn't believe in, quote, totally natural for women, end quote. By 2011, that's where things get a little concerning when it comes to Donatella's appearance. People had started making comments on her face, saying that clearly Donatella had started to go overboard with the plastic surgery and Botox. Some doctors made comments about it, saying that at this point her skin and its elasticity was starting to look papery and weak, which is a sign of many cosmetic treatments and sunbathing. One doctor also pointed out that at this point her lips and cheeks looked like it was no longer being receptive to Botox, which is probably why she had been getting so much more, and damaging the rest of her face in order to correct things. It sounds like a very vicious cycle that Donatella just couldn't break. Donatella continues to get fillers, facelifts, and other procedures, but some experts would say that all of this work is just making things worse for the design mogul, because instead of correcting her appearance the way she wants it, it's just worsening it, making the results last for less and less time. Donatella used to be a model before fully taking on the business end of Versace, so that career ended a long time ago, but her career as a businesswoman is still kicking for the most part. From what I've read and heard, some people think that because of her appearance, had Donatella been in a different industry or had a different job, then she definitely would have seen a drop in credibility and loss of work, like we've seen in Hollywood with a number of actors, but because of her status in the fashion world, there's really no way of ending her career, but people can still make comments about her and the way that she looks. The only way that she could truly end her career is by pulling the plug on it herself. She's too highly respected as a designer to be cancelled for something as menial as too much plastic surgery, but I'm sure that there are still people out there who would certainly try. I personally think that Donatella is an icon, and you might think me a hypocrite for making this video, but I truly do like her, and I couldn't care less about what she looks like. She's a fashion icon, she is talented and hardworking, and at the end of the day, those are qualities that really define a person, not their looks.
And at number 10, Zac Efron. We know Zac Efron as the love interest Troy in High School Musical, but his new look has shocked his fans. After Zac appeared on a Facebook Watch event for Bill Nye's Earth Day musical, the internet was set ablaze with rumors that he had gone cosmetic surgery to change his face. The lower half of the actor's face looked much more prominent, including his jaw and lips, which both looked fuller. Many Twitter users speculated that Efron might have gotten cosmetic surgery, like bad Botox or fillers. One TikTok doctor even thought that Efron could have recently gotten his wisdom teeth removed. Zac has not commented on the situation, but one of his best friends recently spoke out and denied rumors of plastic surgery. And at number 9, Dove Cameron. Dove Cameron is known for her roles in the Descendants franchise, as well as the show Liv and Maddie. But over the years she's gone through quite a transformation, and she's almost unrecognizable compared to what she looked like before. The most widely speculated procedures she has received are lip fillers, an eyebrow raise to give her a cat eye look, and a nose job. At one point her lips were so unnaturally large that fans said that her lips looked hard and like they hurt. Dove is still gorgeous, but instead of being known for her acting, she's known for having tons of procedures at a young age. And at number 8, Adrienne Bailon. The former Cheetah Girl and Disney star has opened up about regretting her decision to get breast implants in her teens. She told E! News in 2014, quote, "When I was 19 years old, I actually did get breast implants, probably one of my greatest regrets. I went from having an insecurity that I didn't have big breasts to now looking like an adult film star. And I was like, this is not great." She also revealed that she got the procedure right before she was set to film Cheetah Girls 2, and it was quite a shock for Disney executives. But she says the implants did not last, and she decided to get them taken out shortly after. She also added that it stretched out her skin, adding, quote, "It was not the smartest decision for my career and just for myself. It was wanting to feel like a woman." Thankfully, she was able to fix things and has a great career. And at number 7, Ariel Winter. You might not know that Ariel Winter was a Disney star because her roles with Disney were purely voice roles. Her Disney voice roles included Princess Sophia and her evil copy in Sophia the First, Gretchen the Fireside Girl, and Wendy Single Hopper in Phineas and Ferb, along with a few others. And since we have seen Ariel grow up on the show Modern Family, there's been intense speculation that her mature look is due to plastic surgery. On one Instagram post, fans were calling out Ariel for changing, saying they liked how she looked before the plastic surgery. Ariel was so offended by the comment, she responded to it saying, quote, "I appreciate you wanting to help girls love themselves the way they are, but you're also kind of cutting someone, aka me, down, which isn't what I think you were trying to do. I also didn't get plastic surgery. That is also not being supportive of women if you're just assuming something about the way they look." She's been open about getting a breast reduction in 2015, but many think she is lying and had more procedures. And at number 6, Hayden Panettiere. Hayden Panettiere is another actor you might not have known was a Disney star as well. She voiced the character of Dot in the 1998 film A Bug's Life and Suri in Dinosaur in 2000, along playing leading roles in the movies Remember the Titans and Tiger Cruise. It's been rumored for years that she's gotten cosmetic enhancements. The most widely speculated is that she got a boob job sometime in 2013. It was also speculated that she got some Botox and fillers because her skin is smooth and her jawline is perfectly symmetrical, unlike before. Halfway at number 5, Ashlee Simpson. Ashlee Simpson's career went downhill for a number of reasons, but one of those reasons is actually due to cosmetic procedures. Back in 2006, Simpson appeared on the cover of Marie Claire magazine, preaching self-acceptance of one's body, telling the magazine, quote, "Everybody is made differently, and that's what makes us beautiful and unique. I want girls to look in the mirror and feel confident," which was actually a very uncommon message at that time. But it seems that Ashlee was caught being hypocritical, and after the issue hit stands, she actually underwent a nose job. Now it's important to note that nobody probably would have cared about that nose job if she didn't preach self-acceptance beforehand. However, after people learned of this nose job, they were outraged, and the magazine actually got thousands of letters from readers about Simpson not practicing what she preached. And at number 4, Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim was at one point the queen of rap, even winning a Grammy. However, she became unrecognizable following dozens of surgeries and other cosmetic procedures, and her career took a hit as a result. In a 2005 interview, Kim did admit to getting a nose job, then to getting another rhinoplasty after she suffered a broken nose from an ex-boyfriend. However, she never admitted to anything more, even though other work was pretty obvious. Experts also said that she definitely had some sort of skin bleaching, using acids or creams to lighten her skin. There's also speculation that she got cheek fillers as well. Of course, the music had a part in her decline, however many fans just couldn't relate to her anymore after all her work. In at number 3, Nikki Cox. Cox was one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood in the 90s, starring in tons of hits around that time. However, after her appearance changed dramatically, so did her career. Nikki not only changed her appearance, but it seems that she was botched as well, forcing her to only do voiceover work since 2009. One plastic surgeon told Radar Online, quote, "She definitely appears to have gotten some sort of filler in her cheeks and lips. Injectables always look best on a person when they are not noticeable, not when everyone can tell that a person had work done." The doctor also says that he doesn't believe that she got anything more, even though it might seem that way, because clearly whatever work that she's done was gone overboard. And at number 2, Kenny Rogers. The late Kenny Rogers decided to undergo some cosmetic surgery, and it took a huge blow to his confidence. He told CBS host Gayle King in 2012, quote, "I was trying to hide myself. I had the money to do it and I had the time off. It's one of those things that I think everybody, you look at yourself and go, could I be better if I did this or did that?" Adding that he regrets doing anything, and he's always very curious as to what he would have looked like without it. Adding, quote, "You do it and you live with it." He also said that the changes in his appearance did not affect his music or singing voice, but rather his confidence to get on stage and make music. He even cancelled some shows during his 2018 farewell tour because he was battling health challenges, which some speculated was due to plastic surgery. And finally at number 1, Cardi B. Cardi B loves making money, and she's often said that she doesn't care much for music, but rather the money that it's brought her. However, her money train was temporarily put on hold when she had to cancel a few of her tour dates to recover from surgery. She had complications from liposuction and was still in the process of recovering from breast implants. She clapped back at critics who called her lazy for getting the lipo instead of working out, and she replied that being an entertainer is a 24-hour job and she doesn't have time to work out. She added, quote, "I hate canceling shows because I love money. I'm a money addict. I get paid a lot of money for these shows. I'm canceling millions of dollars in shows, but health is wealth, so I have to do what I have to do." Apparently all the traveling was making her body swell and putting her at serious risk of further health complications, so she decided to take a break and heal.
In our number 1 spot is Charlotte Crosby. She's skyrocketed into fame after being an OG member of the reality show Geordie Shore for many seasons. People were quick to fall in love with her fun personality and also her natural beauty, which is why they were left so shocked when she became the topic on a show called Celebrities: What Happened to Your Face. The show exposed her plastic surgery transformation, and fans were shocked to see how drastic her changes were. Charlotte has never denied having surgery and has always been open about it along the way, but she had a problem with how the show criticized her for it. She has admitted to Botox, fillers, and other plastic surgery procedures, but doctors have recently come forward sharing their concerns that her fillers were not done well. Dr. Sabrina Shadisai said, "You can see her lips are too full. The apple of her cheek is too big, almost like a golf ball. Good jobs are not visible, bad jobs are extremely visible." There is no denying that she looks different now, still beautiful though nonetheless, and I was a huge fan of the show. I think she's hilarious. Sniping our number 9 spot is Mel B. Let's be realistic for a second, because she is a former Spice Girl. I don't think she will ever be like unrecognizable. People will always know her as Scary Spice. But she has changed her look throughout her career, and if you aren't a Spice Girls fan, then there's a chance you wouldn't look twice if she passed by. She is still just as gorgeous as she was when she was in the girl group, but you can tell that she's had some work done. The singer admits to it though, doing countless interviews and admitting to having nips and tucks throughout the years. She's altered both her body and her face, and some of the work she has had done shows. When talking to Piers Morgan, she admitted that there are things about her body and appearance that she doesn't like, which is why she decided to have procedures done in the first place. She's always kept it very real though, which I can respect and appreciate. She once uploaded a picture of her getting cosmetic surgery and wrote, "I believe in being the best version of yourself, and I'm a great believer of looking and keeping your natural beauty, suggesting that cosmetic procedures are better than going under the knife sometimes," which a lot of people do, you know, like the Botox, the fillers. Yeah, not for me. I don't like needles. I wish there was another way. Coming up next, number 8 is Simon Cowell. While his brutally honest attitude hasn't changed much throughout the years, his appearance sure has. One thing that has fluctuated throughout his career is his weight, which has changed his appearance on different occasions, but he was always recognizable. I mean, he's Simon Cowell. It wasn't until he stepped out on the red carpet in 2020 looking very different with a new face and a new smile. Turns out he got a brand new set of teeth and had some work done to his face, which made him look really stiff, almost like plastic. But he didn't try to hide the fact he had plastic surgery done. He actually admitted to getting a facelift and explained that it hurt like hell. He was heavily criticized by the internet, with people saying that it looked like his surgeon did the procedure in the dark. It has settled down now more. That didn't make sense. It has settled down more now, is what I meant to say. He looks back to himself. Moving on to number 7, we have Aubrey O'Day. She first gained fame from being one of the members of Danny D. Kane after competing to be in the group for 2 seasons on MTV's Making the Band competition show. The group eventually split and she continued to grow her own solo career, changing her appearance along the way. She's appeared on different reality TV shows and has made headlines for her ever-changing looks. Despite photos and media showing how drastically different she looks now, she's always denied having plastic surgery done. She has admitted to some cosmetic procedures, but stands firm on not going under the knife. Because she denies it, people criticize her photos online, asking if it's just really heavy editing or if she's had work done. It also didn't help her case when paparazzi photos went viral online and showed her without any filters or makeup, showing her looking like a completely different person than what people see online. Caused a huge stir, and she said that the photos were tweaked to make her look worse than she really did, but no one was buying it. And spot number 6 is Kim Novak. She's been in the industry for decades now, so of course her appearance is going to change naturally over time. But she has admitted that her changes have not always been natural and admitted to getting plastic surgery, even revealing that she has regretted some of the choices. Fans quietly watched her looks change throughout the years, but they were shocked in 2014 when she showed up to the Academy Awards looking very different. Turns out she'd received facial injections not long before that, and it left quite the difference on her face. Viewers took her new look to Twitter and reacted to the change, saying that she needed to sue her plastic surgeon because her procedures looked botched. In a newer interview, actually just a few months ago, she says that receiving fat injections in her face was the worst thing she's ever done. The reason she actually got the procedure done in the first place was because she felt insecure and didn't want to get a facelift done, so she went with the injections instead. But it didn't really work out in her favor. Yeah, like I would try injections before I try going under a frickin' knife, but I want neither. They scare me.
Halfway number 5, Michael Jackson. Of course, the thing that actually stopped Michael Jackson's career in its tracks was his untimely death, but he will always be known as the king of pop. But before that, his reputation started to take a nasty turn due to botched plastic surgeries, along with multiple media scandals. It's rumored that he underwent countless nose jobs as well as skin bleaching. However, Jackson claims to have vitiligo, and that's why his skin lightened over time. When asked about a nose job, Jackson told Martin Bashir, quote, "I've had no plastic surgery on my face, just my nose. It helped me breathe better so I can hit higher notes. I've had 2 nose jobs as I can remember."
You know, you physically changed, haven't you? The photographs of you, if I look at them.
No, it's called adolescence. It's called growing and changing.
Yeah, but even the shape of your face has changed.
No, it's not. I've had no plastic surgery on my face, just my nose.
However, many plastic surgeons speculate that he had far more than just 2 nose jobs, and he developed nasal cripples due to his lack of tissue to breathe through. And at number 4, Jamie Lee Curtis. Obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis still has a phenomenal career and she's so talented that she won't be finishing acting until she decides to be. However, her career did have a temporary setback after she decided to undergo some procedures to stop signs of aging. In a 2002 interview, Curtis admitted to having several procedures including lipo and Botox. However, she hated all of it. She admitted the thing that really took a toll on her appearance was surgery she had on her under eye bags, telling The Telegraph, quote, 10 years ago I had fat taken from underneath my eyes because I was on a movie and I was puffy. I remember the cameraman saying, quote, I can't shoot her right now. She says that she was absolutely mortified and had to remember that when you take fat from one place, it will come back in a different place. However, she stopped the procedures and has not looked back since. And at number 3, Farrah Abraham. Farrah got her start on Teen Mom, where she developed a loyal following. After the show ended, Farrah decided to undergo multiple plastic surgery procedures and altered her appearance. The procedures went so badly that she actually appeared on BOTCHED in 2015 to get help. On the show, she discussed lip implants that went horribly wrong, even showing a picture of her horribly swollen lips. She also discussed that the anesthesia didn't keep her under during the procedure, telling the show that she could feel everything, and she could tell her lip was getting horribly puffy. She even claimed that she wanted to go into plastic surgery after all of her procedures, but that hasn't happened. Farrah is very well known in the reality TV space, however her procedures have made her a constant target for social media hate. And at number 2, Cher. Cher couldn't ruin her career if she tried to, of course, she is a legend, but her botched breast augmentation took a major toll on her confidence, which affected her performances for a brief time. After the botched procedure, she told People, quote, it was a nightmare, adding, quote, they were really botched in every way. If anything, they were worse than before. However, Cher is not regretful of her procedures, and she admitted to having a facelift, even calling herself the plastic surgery poster girl. And finally, number 1, Daryl Hannah. Splash actress Daryl Hannah has denied having any work done, even though it's very clear her face has changed considerably over the years. It's been rumored that she's had work done on her lips, eyes, and cheeks. Her face has become unnaturally puffy over the years, especially around her cheeks. Her lips are also much larger than before. When speaking about surgery, she denied it, saying that it makes people, quote, look like Muppets. Since her facial modifications, her career has dried up considerably.
At number 10, Priscilla Caputo. Priscilla Caputo was an aspiring model, and she rose to fame for her looks, but probably not in the way that she was expecting. Back in the day, Priscilla was looking to be the next world famous model, but her modeling career was very short-lived because she took her looks too far and got botched, stopping her career in its tracks. She was left as an internet laughingstock, gaining fame because she had gone too far with her appearance, and now she's an advocate against getting plastic surgery. Priscilla explained to sources that her boyfriend, who was a plastic surgeon, kept giving her lip fillers, and soon after so many sessions with him, she became addicted and couldn't stop. Her lips became too big, and because of her appearance, her modeling career tanked. After her photos were circulated online, she became an internet laughingstock, and she couldn't go back and undo what she had done to her lips because she had injected so much into them that she permanently stretched them out and the damage was too much to repair. At number 9, Jennifer Grey. A lot of the time, people get plastic surgery to improve their looks to be more successful in Hollywood, but for Jennifer Grey, she got the opposite effect. Jennifer became well known for her role in Dirty Dancing, but after her rhinoplasty, things went south. She wasn't necessarily botched because of the plastic surgery itself, as everything went according to plan, but I think maybe things went too well. After getting the surgery, her nose looked very different to how it looked before, and it completely changed her face. As a result, Jennifer found herself struggling to book roles and getting less and less work. Everyone knew her for her face, but since it changed, she became almost unrecognizable, and that wasn't good for her career. When speaking out about the procedure, she called it the, quote, nose job from hell because it pretty much ruined her career. She thought that altering her nose would make things better for her, but instead it just made things worse. The worst part about it is that these effects can't be reversed. Now, before I carry on with these plastic surgery nightmares, I would first like to take a moment to ask you guys to leave a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel while you're at it. At number 8, Farrah Abraham. Teen Mom star Farrah Abraham has been pretty open about her cosmetic procedures and has been under the knife a number of times. But it just takes that one horrible moment to make you rethink all of your plastic surgery choices. You might have seen the infamous photo of Farrah Abraham's botched lip procedure, but let me tell you how she got into that mess in the first place. In 2015, the reality star opened up about how she had a negative experience when she went under the knife for an experimental lip implant procedure. Farrah said that when she got the procedure done, she knew right away that something wasn't right when the anesthesia wasn't working for her. She didn't do much about it, but looking back, maybe she should have. After the procedure was done and the implant was put in, that's when things took a turn for the worse. Turns out Farrah had a really intense reaction to something during the procedure that caused her lip to swell up like crazy, leading to those crazy pictures. Luckily, she was able to get things sorted out and her lip went back to normal, but she did say that this was a really scary experience for her. At number 7, Tara Reid. Hollywood's former it girl Tara Reid was busy making it big in the industry until she got a botched plastic surgery that derailed her career completely. In 2004, Tara went to go get some work done to her body and she received a few surgeries. She got breast implants and underwent a procedure called liposculpting. And this is where things went horribly wrong. After these procedures, she was left pretty disfigured, describing some of the aftermath, saying, quote, "My stomach became the most ripply, bulgy thing. I had a hernia, this huge bump next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini. I lost a lot of work." End quote. Things got even worse for her in her public image after a wardrobe malfunction at Diddy's 35th birthday party in 2004 exposed her botched body to the world. A lot of people online ended up body shaming the actress, making the situation so much harder for her to deal with. Even though she was able to correct the mistakes done to her appearance 2 years later, the damage was already done to her public image and career, showing us that not only was her body botched, but her career was as well. At number 6, Dana Delaney. Getting Botox is a pretty common thing these days. Getting injectables seems to be the newest trend, probably because it's one of the least invasive plastic surgery procedures that you can receive. But just because it's not considered a major procedure, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no risk, and Desperate Housewives actress Dana Delaney can tell you all about it. Dana opened up about one of the worst procedures that she's received. In 2003, Dana decided to go in and receive some Botox injections after her dermatologist convinced her to try it out, and when she went in for the procedure, things went horribly wrong when the doctor performing the procedure injected the needle into the wrong place in her forehead and actually caused quite a bit of damage. When he injected the syringe into her forehead, the needle ended up striking a nerve. This then created a huge hematoma and it actually ended up killing the nerve that was struck. Unfortunately for Dana, this mistake was pretty serious because it ended up affecting the muscle in her right eye, which caused her eye to begin to droop down slightly. Dana spoke out about the experience saying, quote, "I noticed it more than anybody else, but I was symmetrical before and now I'm not." End quote. This procedure marks the first and last time she got any kind of plastic surgery done because she didn't want to risk getting botched again.
Halfway number 5, Khloe Kardashian. When the Kardashian sisters first started their rise to fame, Khloe seemed to always be the odd one out. She was constantly referred to as the ugly duckling of the family. But as time went on, Khloe did her best to reverse that image by getting multiple plastic surgeries to change her face and body. Her body even became such a point of conversation that she started the show Revenge Body. The whole premise of the show is that people use Khloe's help to transform their bodies along with their lives. However, there was a lot of controversy around the show and Khloe giving workout advice because many are convinced that Khloe got her killer body with surgery. This is because her body is in an entirely different shape than before and it definitely doesn't look natural. Things got even worse when an unedited photo of Khloe's body was leaked and she reacted by trying to get it taken off the internet, proving she's not even happy with her body unless it's edited. And at number 4, Courtney Love. Courtney Love is best known as the singer for the band Hole as well as the widow of Kurt Cobain. However, she also has a reputation for significantly changing her looks through plastic surgery. She started off with a grunge punk aesthetic but slowly changed up the classic Hollywood look. Her most noticeable change has been her nose job. Love has admitted that she has changed her look significantly since she was the poster child for 90s grunge. She got her lips injected and had a nose job, but now she says that she regrets it. It's also changed the way that her fans look at her, and they really don't like that she's so different than before. And at number 3, Vivica A. Fox. Fox was a popular actress in the 90s, starring in movies like Set It Off and Two Can Play That Game. She also did a lot of modeling and was known for her sweet and classic look. However, things changed in her career when she decided to get some work done. It drastically changed her look. Most noticeably was a nose job and some fillers. Since her career took a huge hit after her face had noticeably changed, we can assume the changes put a big damper on her career. And since she's only appeared in a few movies since, as well as being on The Celebrity Apprentice, I guess that could hold true. And at number 2, Donatella Versace. Donatella got her fame through running high-end fashion brand Versace with her late brother, Gianni. And in the decades since she's been a public figure, her face has changed considerably. Most would say for the worse. Over time, she's become unrecognizable, with her nose and lips changing the most. It's gotten so bad that Donatella has landed herself on pretty much every worst plastic surgery list that there is. Donatella has only admitted to getting Botox, nothing more, so she has not admitted to regretting any of her procedures. But since her reputation has taken such a hit because of her changing face, we can assume it's had a negative impact on her career as well. At the very least, it's made her less respected by the public. And finally, number 1, Adrienne Bailon. The Real host and former Disney Channel star has opened up about regretting her decision to get breast implants in her teens. She told E! News in 2014, quote, "When I was 19 19 years old, I actually did get breast implants. Probably one of my greatest regrets. I went from having an insecurity that I didn't have big breasts to now looking like an adult film star. And I was like, this isn't great. She also revealed that she got the procedure right before she was set to film Cheetah Girls 2, and it was quite a shock for Disney executives. But she says the implants did not last and she decided to get them taken out shortly after. She also added that the implants stretched out her skin, adding, quote, "It was not the smartest decision for my career and just for myself. It was wanting to feel like a woman." Thankfully, she was able to fix things and has had a great career so far. I love her on the real.
At number 10, Amanda Lepore. I love unapologetic people. I find it so refreshing when people are truly themselves and aren't afraid to hide anything, and I think that's what I like the most about Amanda Lepore. Amanda Lepore is a transgender model, performer, and now author who made a name for herself in Hollywood just by being herself. She's known for having a very signature look, and she's basically become a living Barbie doll. Much of Amanda's body has been altered over the years, as she claims to have the most expensive body on the planet due to all of her surgeries. It's not clear how much she spent exactly, but judging by how she looks and the fact that she's been calling her body the most expensive on earth, I think it's safe to say that she's invested a lot of money into herself. She's written and talked about all the procedures that she's had done, and it's quite a long list. She's had a nose job, her hairline lowered, her eyebrows lifted, double eyelid surgery, cheekbone, lip and breast augmentation, gender confirmation surgery, hormones, and she even had her ribs broken and reshaped to alter the size of her waist. Amanda prides herself on being a living Barbie doll and really doesn't regret any of her procedures, even though they were all very expensive. At number 9, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner has gone through many transformations in her life. As you all probably know, Caitlyn is transgender, and her transition most likely set her back a pretty hefty amount. While we don't know the exact amount that she spent on her transition, I think it's safe to say that no amount of money even compares to the feeling of having your outside appearance match who you are on the inside. There have been some people out there who have really been curious to see exactly how much Caitlyn has spent on her plastic surgeries over the years, including her confirmation surgeries. It is estimated that Caitlyn has spent approximately $76,000 on her cosmetic surgeries. Between fillers, facelifts, and a handful of other procedures, a lot of money has been invested into Caitlyn's appearance, and the fact that she's dished out $76,000 on these kinds of things shows that she will go to great lengths to make herself look as perfect as she pleases. Again, it is a lot of money, but I can imagine for Caitlyn, it's worth every penny. Now, before I carry on with the list, I would like to take a moment to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and also head on over to my gaming channel, Viper Girl, if you're interested in gaming content. I've got lots of fun things going on over there, so go check it out and subscribe while you're there. At number 8, Justin Jedlicka. Imagine spending over $1 million on yourself, and I don't mean shelling out $1 million on clothes, shoes, and a nice car. Justin Jedlicka, known as the real-life Ken doll, got famous because he received so many plastic surgeries and has spent so much money achieving his goal of becoming a real-life Ken doll. For him, the more plastic he looks, the better, and really that is the exact goal. Justin was on the show Botched very early on in the show's first season, making his debut in the series' first episode. He said that he's received over 1,000 surgeries to achieve the look that he has now, and there's no sign of him stopping his transformation anytime soon. As for how much he spent, well, there's no exact number since his procedures are always happening, but Justin has said that he's invested over $1 million into his looks. Could you imagine spending all that money on plastic surgery? And would you guys ever do something like this? Let me know down in the comments. At number 7, Jocelyn Wildenstein. Imagine spending millions of dollars to look like a cat. Just sit with that one for a second and let that process. Yes, one of the most dramatic celebrity appearances, which comes from socialite Jocelyn Wildenstein, was modeled after a cat and cost over $4 million. Jocelyn started her plastic surgery journey when she decided to get work done to look like a cat because her late husband was a big cat lover. She reportedly kept a lynx as a pet and recalled that the big cat's eyes were just so perfect, and so she wanted to look just like it. Unfortunately, she went a little too far with her look and she's been left looking pretty botched, which is unfortunate seeing how she invested so much money into her looks. What makes this even crazier though is the fact that she claims that she's not done getting plastic surgery, so she's willing to spend even more money on her appearance. At number 6, Donatella Versace. I've talked about Donatella Versace and her plastic surgery a fair bit on this channel. We know how she looks following getting plastic surgery, we know what procedures she's had done, and we know that the results haven't been the greatest. Sometimes going plastic just makes things worse rather than better. But one more question regarding her plastic surgery remains, and that is, how much did it all cost? Well, though there's no exact amount, it is believed that Donatella has spent over $25,000 on trying to improve and maintain her appearance. That is a lot of money, but when you think about the results that she's been left with, it makes that high cost so much worse. She's mostly received facelifts over the years, so to think that she's dropped so much money to only go back and get more work done because the effects didn't last is actually kind of sad.
Halfway, number 5, Fergie. Before she was known as the leading lady in the Black Eyed Peas, Fergie was a young actress and singer in the cast of Kids Incorporated, a Disney show in the 80s. And over the years in the spotlight, fans have deciphered some big differences from the star before versus now. It's been widely speculated that she had a nose job at one point in time because it's much thinner now than it was before. It's been suggested that she had a boob job as well. Many think Fergie went overboard with whatever work she's had done because people think she looks older than she actually is. And at number 4, Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson is known for being a southern bombshell that is a woman of many talents, making a name for herself as an actor and singer. During her time in the spotlight, she also worked alongside Disney. She performed a cover of Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid and performed a cover version of A Whole New World for the Aladdin Platinum Edition alongside her ex-husband Nick Lachey. She and her sister Ashley Simpson also made an appearance on a Disney Christmas show and concert special. And when she got older, she decided to try cosmetic enhancements, specifically lip filler, but she hated it and regretted the procedure. She told Glamour in 2006, quote, "I had that Restylane stuff. It looked fake to me. I didn't like that. But it went away in like 4 months. My lips are back to what they were. Thank God." And at number 3, Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz is an American former actress, producer, author, and fashion model. She's best known for her role as Mary Jensen in There's Something About Mary, along with her role in Charlie's Angels. But she's also had some Disney roles as well. With Disney, she portrayed Jenny Everdeen in the 2002 film Gangs of New York. As she got older, Cameron started to try cosmetic procedures, most notably Botox. But after trying the injectable, she realized that she didn't want to try it ever again. She told ET in 2014, quote, "I've tried Botox before, where it was like a little tiny touch of something. It changed my face in such a weird way that I was like, no, I don't want to be like that. I'd rather see my face aging than a face that doesn't belong to me." And at number 2, Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis is a legendary actor who has starred in so many huge movies and TV shows there is truly too much to name. And many of those acting credits are thanks to Disney. With Disney, Jamie Lee played Tess Coleman in the 2003 remake of Freaky Friday and Aunt Vivian Viv Ash in the film Beverly Hills Chihuahua. She also played Gail Bayer Olsen in the 2010 film You Again. And since Jamie Lee is an A-list celebrity, she admits she succumbs to the pressure to look your best, and because of this she's tried a little bit of everything when it comes to cosmetic injections. But she regrets that decision and will not do it again. She said in one interview, quote, "I've done it all. I've had a little plastic surgery, I've had a little lipo, I've had a little Botox. You know what? None of it works. None of it." And finally at number 1, Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez might be one of the most famous Disney stars of all time. She went from a child actor on Wizards of Waverly Place to a bona fide megastar. At one point she was even the most followed person on Instagram. However, speculation over plastic surgery affected Selena very negatively, so much so that she deleted a photo of her that was at one point the most liked Instagram photo ever. The photo in question was of Selena in a strapless dress holding a drink, and in the photos, her breasts look much larger than we are used to seeing. Because of this photo, rumors that she had a breast augmentation were going wild on the internet. The comment section got so out of hand at one point that she decided to delete the photo altogether.